So you're there to stay then, in other words.
Oh, I'm permanent, man. The only thing I'm really looking towards now, seeing myself in the future, I want to, purchase, a few different properties, to live and build, a house, and I have a few different, cities in mind right now, and, a lot of people ask me about, Black Mexico, so I do plan to try to build a house in Black Mexico, also known as Acapulco. Acapulco is a city in the state is called Guerrero.
Okay.
Se llama Guerrero. And that's pretty much, I did a little bit of history on Guerrero, and 49% of African descent make up that state. So almost half of Guerrero is Afro descent people.
And that's a
That's crazy.
Black and Mexican mix, or plus with the natives.
Well, yeah. So the technical term is called Zambu, and pretty much it's a race class from way back when in the history of Mexico, and pretty much what a Zambu is, it's a person with a mixed heritage of Native American and African blood only, without no European descent. Zambu is Native American blood mixed with African blood, and you'll see a lot of that in Guerrero, specifically in La Costa Chica, where I just came from maybe about 2 weeks ago. It blew me out of the water, but there is a lot of mestizas, or mestiza negras, which has the combination of, European, Native American, and African blood, all three combination. That's se llama mestiza negra. The mestiza is just, European, primarily Spanish and Native American blood, which Tijuana has kind of a mix of everything in Tijuana, but in Guerrero and Acapulco, where I was at, I didn't see not one white person in that pueblo. Not one white person. Only thing I've seen was Native Americans. And when I use the term Native Americans, I speak of the native people originally from, North America or the Americas, which are the indigenous population. So the mixed blood between, the Afro peoples, the African slaves and the descent, and the Native American blood, it was a big ass shock for me. I mean, not to only study it, from resources on the computer and books, but to see it in person, firsthand, I'm like, wow, this is some shit. Because like for us African Americans, we say, yeah, we got ancestors, that came, from Africa, that was stolen from Africa, shipped on a boat with the Europeans, but we can never say, yeah, well, my great granddaddy was a slave and I can tell you history. Like, nah, we can just go back to say, yeah, since, I have African blood, we know our ancestry history within the United States. But I met 3 people in sus pueblos. She said, I still alive today, family that can tell you our history from our family that came from the slave boats. Came down to Acapulco, like their family, bro. I'm like, I gotta get this an interview or something, man. I have to. So it's like, it's for one thing, it's easy to talk about it from resources and third person point of view from other people and reading books, but from getting it from a person that actually, that's like saying, damn, you actually met Rosa, or you had family that met Rosa Parks, or was on the same bus as Rosa Parks when she gave up her seat on a bus. Like, damn, that's some shit.
Right.
I mean, that's an interesting story to talk about. But yeah, I've met people, in pueblos with families that got off that slave ship. I'm like, damn, that's amazing, man. And like I said, I have pictures in my Facebook group. Bro, you'll be like, damn, I look like grandma right there. Like, nah, born and raised in Mexico, man. Just you just gotta know, you just have to know the history behind it, man. But the people there were beautiful, man. I mean, and to really give it a general spectrum, they pretty much look like mixed breeds in the United States. That's what we see. But I see chicks that look like Filipino and black and Chinese and black and anything in black with the crossbreed, man. But they're all Native American crossbreeded with Afro blood, man. I'm like, and they all got curly, long ass hair that like drop down to their lower back, and it's curly. So even if they straighten it, you know, it's dropping at least down to their ankles, bro. And that's natural. Like I said, if you go to my Facebook group, I took pictures. You'll see it, man. It's like, to them, it's like this is our community of people. We normally have curly ass hair, you know, and we get those different shades of browns, and like, I don't know, it's interesting, bro. Like, it's kind of like a human experiment with me. It's like I'm looking at them like we're both chocolate, but it looked like your hue is like a almond honey glazed chocolate, and it's naturally shiny, bro. Like without no makeup, and like all you gotta throw on some throw on her skin or his skin is some lotion, and I'm motherfucking shiny as hell. Like damn. So it's like, but I guess you can just say, you know, that's just the mix between, you know, the Native American and the Afro descent, because the Native Americans, they're not really brown, they're tan, you know, because we're really considered the chocolate race, because if you go into a 16 box of Crayola coloring crowns, and you can pick out that brown coloring crown and match up with our skin tone. But with the Native Americans, you kind of have to go to, you know, the 64 box of Crayola coloring crowns. You have to go to more generic colors, you know, like coffee or cafe or you know, almond, you know. But so like I said, with them, they have the natural tan color skin. So when you mix that with the Afro, you'll get all kind of shades of chocolate. It was amazing, man. I'm like, damn, that's.
And there's something also that I like about, one thing that I like about it is that, for me, is that they all speak Spanish.
This guy. Well, I mean, they didn't have any choice. You know, they weren't exposed to any other language. They're just like, okay, and for them, they're amazed that we speak English. It's like, well, we weren't exposed as youngins growing up to speak any other language but what we're used to in that broken English, you know? So like I said, like, yeah, it's funny they speak Spanish, but like I said, in diferentes pueblos, ellos hablan en sus dialectos también. So some of the people, they speak in their original language, like the Native American language, not like Spanish, but like por ejemplo, cómo se llama, no recuerdo, pero this one chick I met, she still spoke I forgot her dialect, and it was so beautiful because she told me the Native Americans actually share cultures together. Like they teach each other's cultures. Like, yeah, that's crazy. So I'm like, so if it's a Native American dialect and the Afro people know it too, es porque ellos compartir. They share each other's customs in their cultures. I'm like, that's fire right there. That's dope.
It's a nice mix,
you know. So exactamente. But yeah, I've met people that know their own dialect, their original forms of dialects besides, you know, Espanol.
Entiendo. Entiendo.
You said you like Spanish, huh? That's about it, huh?
No. I mean, no. Me gusta todo que tú dijiste, pero me gusta que hablan español también. Yo no sé cuándo yo empecé de practicar, estudiar español, que existen personas son negros que hablan español o otras
Idiomas.
idiomas, races, idiomas y razas.
Ah,
I just thought I
okay.
was gonna speak all. When I learned Spanish, when I started, I said, okay, I'm gonna probably be speaking to all Mexican people. I never thought about. I mean, I thought about Spaniards, and I thought about
Mhm.
Mexicans. I didn't think about Peruvians and
uh-huh.
Venezuelans and everybody that I met. I had no clue or idea. I just thought it was gonna be what was around me, and mostly, the people that I've encountered who spoke in Spanish most of the time are always just Mexican. And
Mhm.
those Mexicans have, they have a mix with, with a lot of the time what I see is, I'm not sure what straight Mexican is, but
Mhm.
uh, definitely you see Mexicans that have that Indian blood. I don't know. I guess it would be the mix of the Spanish and the native blood
Native
mixed with
Americans.
with white. I don't know. I don't know.
Mestiza.
Uh, but yeah, that's what I thought I was gonna be running into because that's all I've ever known. But
Mhm.
think we got technology, and I was able to meet. Oh, I was shocked. It blew me away. First saw a girl from Colombia, and she looked like the girl next door, the black girl next door to me, and I was just blown away. I was not expecting that. I was hit like with a ton of bricks when I saw this girl. I didn't even know what.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh huh.
well, yeah, well, like I said, for some people, for example, like me, I have to educate myself. I have to be aware of a lot of things, and what I mean by that is that when I'm doing my research, and of course, logically speaking, when the Africans was stolen from Africa and brought to Europe, and then from Europe spread out to different parts of Latin America, the slave ships didn't only land in one particular part of the Americas. They got spread out in
All
as the
around.
slaves were sold.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of went to Puerto Rico, and a lot of them 4 million plus went to Brazil, and now they
Right.
speak Portuguese.
Uh
And
huh.
a lot of them, went to Cuba and Panama
Mm-hmm.
and El
Mm-hmm.
Salvador y diferentes partes de
Mm-hmm.
Americas. So of course, for like a normal average American, yeah, would be like, damn, wow, you look like the black chick from our neighborhood. You speak only Spanish. What the hell? That's
Mm-hmm.
muy interesante.
Yeah.
Es como extraño.
Uh huh. And
It's weird.
what and what's so sad about it is they don't teach none of that in the schools in America here.
No,
Nothing.
no, no, not at all, man.
That's why.
And it's fun. What's funny though?
Mm-hmm.
Because and I got I wouldn't call it stupid, but I got like a Facebook notification on my timeline saying that the Mexican government right now, the Mexican government is just now permitting and allowing to identify the Afro history existed in Mexico. What the fuck is that shit?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
excuse my French, but like for example, um, Vicente Guerrero. He was considered a mestizo negro. He was
Uh huh.
a black Mexican that that helped win the independence
Independence.
war
Mm-hmm.
for
Uh
Mexico.
huh. Uh
If it
huh.
wasn't for him and his other military, y'all wouldn't be called Mexicans out here.
Right. Right.
So it's like that's how important. And por ejemplo, otra vez is Jose Morelos. He was another military general that helped win the Mexico independencia.
Right.
So how the hell you
Mm.
go not recognize, the Afro history to help you build your history?
Right.
I
Right.
mean, I was kind of pissed off, and I was just like, you know what? I even made a comment like, you know what? Like, fuck this publication, man. Don't put that shit on my timeline, man. Like after the fucking what was it? I think 18 no not 8, I think it was 1821 was the independence that they won the Mexican War. And all of a sudden now, fucking hundreds of years después, they want to now you
Acknowledge.
gotta do
Uh huh.
this. Damn, that's crazy, man. I didn't know y'all exist. I didn't know Vicente Guerrero y Jose Morelos had Afro bloods. But let me go ahead and put y'all on a spot to let people know that Afro did exist out here. Like, get the fuck out of here,
Hey, it would have
man.
had to been a brother to stand up to come and having had freedom to want to get out of it and fight for it to lead the people.
Exactly. So I kind of I was hella pissed off. But like I said, and another big point in Mexico history is Gaspar Yanga. He was a prince. He was a prince from Nigeria that was pretty much kidnapped from the Spaniards, brought to Spain, and then pretty much he spent 30 years as a slave with the Native Americans serving the damn Spaniards in Mexico. And what he decided to do is to join alliance with the Native Americans. Since the Native Americans knew their land the best, he was like, you know what, fuck that shit. Let's team up. Fuck these Spaniards. Let's rebuild. Y'all know y'all land better than anybody else does, and let's vote against these motherfuckers. And guess what? The Spanish general like, you know what? Y'all fucking team is way too big. We not gonna fight y'all. So what do you want? What kind of peace treaty do you want? And Gaspar Yanga said, look, we want to be freed, and we want our own piece of land, and we want to call it a free slave community, and that was called Gaspar Yanga. Se llama Los Negros de San Lorenzo in Veracruz. So y'all can even look that up on the internet. But he was the first person to have a community of free black slaves way before the United States. Abraham Lincoln bullshit.
Right. I saw that in that documentary, Black in Latin America. Yeah.
Exactly. So like I said, like people ask me like, what is my point out here? Like, yeah, to the brothers, pretty much to the women out here, I'm a reflection of y'all, and of course what they see on TV, niggas is packing that pipe, this and that, of course that's what they believe, so whatever, so I give them that. But with me, my whole goal out here is to pretty much give them recognition, give the Afro ancestry recognition out here. I'm trying to bring it publicly out here. That's my whole goal. My whole goal is to give them their equality, publicly known as like the mestizo population out here. Like people know that there's white looking Mexicans out here and Native American looking Native Mexicans out here, but nobody knows that Afros exist out here. So it's my goal and my ambition to pretty much expose them and give them their recognition publicly, and I already plan to start doing that in Guerrero. So pretty much my thing is that when I go back out there to La Costa Chica and in diferentes pueblos, and I know that los niños encanta gusta juegos mucho. Entonces I'm gonna bring like a PS3 out there, and pretty much I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna tell them, look, if y'all study your history and y'all answer these questions correctly and tell me stuff correctly, y'all gonna earn points to play these video games. And if y'all want to play these games, y'all better rack up them points and start learning your history.
Okay. I like that idea. I like that.
That's only that's only a start though, But like I said, for them, I just want them to get them to learn their history and shit. And there's nothing against other fucking cultures and the mestizo clan or community or whatnot. No, I just want them to be aware of their own ancestry, completely. Versus here, in Tijuana, I run into a lot of different looking Mexicans. For example, I meet, a lot of females from Sinaloa, and when I went out there, they look like Italians, and a homie told me from there, like, they do have a lot of Italian influence. They have a lot of Italian ancestry. That's why you see the milk white skin with the jet black hair. That's all Italian for you right there. In Italy, in New York Italians, straight black hair or curly jet black slick hair with like that milk white skin. It looks different from like different European white skin, but this is like a cream white skin with like jet black hair, and it's because they got a lot of Italian influence in Sinaloa or in Culiacan out there. So I just want them to learn their ancestry and just to build a profile for them, because I know like out here they're like eres de Sinaloa, ay que guapas, hermosas, but when you hear a person say like, ella es de Chiapas, que fea, que fea, pinche chapaneca. It's like, it's rude, grosera, it's you pinche indio, like, those fucking Indians down there in Chiapas or in, like down south, they have a very, bad, well, I wouldn't say a bad profile, but to the people out here, that's how they look at, different parts of Mexico. If you look more Indian, in my experiences, they don't get as much love as if you were from a certain state in Mexico. So it's sad, it's fucked up, but it is what it is, man.
Right.
And like I said, I'm speaking to you from personal experience. Like I said, I got people from all different states in Mexico, from the F, from Mexico City, and Culiacan, y Guadalajara, y Jalisco. But they all got good profiles because they all have a lot of European blood. But if you look like you have more Indian blood in you, then they gonna think, that is the Chiapas or the Oaxaca or some fucking high population of Indian blood, which is fucked up, And like when you say, hey, pero soy de la Costa Chica, like, ¿qué es eso? La Costa Chica? You mean Costa Rica? No, motherfucker, la Costa Chica Guerrero. It's like nobody knows Afro exists out here, And like I said, when I brought back my photos with them, the first thing that the people said in Tijuana, ¿es tu familia? Like, is that like, is those my family? Like, those motherfuckers ain't from Mexico. Not the part of Mexico that I know, but so they must be part of your family. I'm like, qué pendejos ustedes en mi cabeza, pero no dijo nada. I didn't say nothing. I was like, damn, that's sad because they don't even know that different races exist
in their own country.
Exactly. So, like I said, it's my goal to get them recognized and to get them exposed, as being, Mexicans. They're part of Mexico, I mean, I know I said a lot, but damn, man, I'm just giving you my personal experiences, man. This is what I see subconsciously and consciously. So it's like people already know about me. Like, oh, okay, you're black and you speak English. I'm gonna assume you from the USA. So instantly, before I even speak, oh, you from the USA, which is correct. But when you look at them, they get rejected where they're from. That's fucked up. The first thing people think, oh, ellos son de Cuba or Puerto Rico. Like, they're like telling you, nah, you ain't from the U.S., bro. You from fucking fucking Uganda, or you from some other fucking country far, far away from where you really from. Like, how you gonna be rejected where what country you from? That's kind of fucked up.
Right. Oh man, I'm definitely coming down there soon, man. Like, I just want to come, like, I don't know, like, I have a lot of my vacation time used up. I mean, for El Salvador in April, but
yeah,
like, like, come down like on a weekend and stuff, something like that, and just check it out.
That's cool. Yeah, like I said, that's cool. You can even bring bring people out here if you want to, like I said, and just explore. But like I said, with me, people ask me how am I treated by the women. Look, to me, Mexico is like Baskin Robbins 31 flavors. You have your different kinds of Mexicans from all over here that you can choose from. You got your vanilla, you got your chocolate, you got your strawberry. You have any type of, any kind you like out here. Like I said, with me, there's no way in hell that I can possibly discriminate because all of them show me love, from the vanilla chicks, the Italian looking Mexicans, which is in Culiacan, and from, the mestiza group, and it's like I said, I can't discriminate between, colors out here because they all shown me the exact same type of love, and like I said, I got love for all of them, it's just that I just want to bring them to the same level. And like I said, the Afro people, don't even exist out here to them. So I just want to, give them recognition, bring up their recognition and exposure, out here and let people know that they do exist. They are part of, your country,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty much it. But, for all the viewers that listening to it, when you upload it or whatnot, but a lot of people ask me, well, the difference, I just want to let you guys know, on my behalf, Mexican Americans are not the same as Mexicanas or Mexicanos. It's two complete different countries. Either if you're born in the United States, at the end of the day, you're American. You can have, your family could be from China, but if you're born and raised in America, you're American. You'll just get that label, Chinese American, or African American, or European American, also known as Caucasian. At the end of the day, you're still American. Now, if you're born in Mexico, born and raised in Mexico, with the culture, you're considered Mexicano or Mexicana if you're a female. So, like I said, I just want to point out those two big differences because a lot of people tell me, they speak to me in English first, and then once they hear me start speaking in Spanish, then they want to start speaking in Spanish to me. They want to get all hyped up. Sí, soy de México y blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, entonces, si eres de México, pero ¿en qué parte? Then they go back to English. Oh, well, my family's from there, but, I'm out here like, come on, man. It's like turf hopping, bruh. Like, I could be from a neighborhood that you want to jump on a different boat to a different neighborhood, just because, they have, a different profile. But, I just want to get them like, look, eres Chicano or eres un pocho. It's like, okay, your family were born in Mexico, but you were born in the USA, and that's your culture there, so you're considered a Chicano, or you're considered a pocho. But it's like saying me, okay, I know I have African descent, but I'm not saying, yeah, well, I'm from Africa. Like, no, I have African ancestry, physically that's my genetic makeup, but, my culture predominantly is American because that's where I was born, and that's the culture that I was raised in, like stop trying to, country like turf hop pretty much. And like me, people tell me like, look, me, I am American, but I'm forever evolving. My mentality, is always evolving because of the different cultures that I'm in. I'm in Mexico right now, so people tell me, oh, eres muy diferente. Claro que sí, pues porque aprendiendo cosas en tu cultura. No manches. I'm constantly learning new things, so it's going to be a mix of, my American side sometimes, and then, my, I wouldn't say, some of the things that I learned in Mexico, just like you said, the way I speak Spanish, I talk like Mexican, and I'm like, nah, it's that I've been in Tijuana and I've adapted to how they talk, their style of talking.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Uh-huh.
So like I said to the people out there, man, mucho respeto para mi gente de Chicanos. puro respeto, pero si eres chicano, güey, dice, soy chicano, no mames. You know, y eres de aquí, de México, eres mexicano, no importa, no pasa nada. ¿Me entiendes? It's because if you say you from somewhere out here, I'm gonna question you about it. You know, just like if you in your hood, and I say like, yeah, well, I'm from your hood, you go question me about it, right? Like, okay, so I ain't never seen you out here, so what part of the neighborhood?
That part.
You'll be exactly.